Hey, friends and neighbors, coming to you with a little message for Friday, October 13th. Now, something that really has dawned on me over the past few years as I lean into the spirit of Halloween and October is the paradox that October and Halloween seem to give us. Walking into October, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, means that we're walking into the month of death. We'll watch everything around us die, fade away, and go dormant for the long winter that's ahead. It's also the month, traditionally, where we honor our ancestors, our spirits, our beloved dead. In ancient times, the reason that this month was so connected to death is it's the opposite of May, the time when livestock would go out to pasture. Now we're bringing livestock back in and slaughtering it and storing it for a long winter ahead. So there's a lot of death happening in this month. Not so much for us modern folk, because most of us aren't slaughtering our food in the cold days of autumn to get by. But let's lean into the reason why we have the season of Halloween as such an example of joy. The trick or treating, the games, the parties, the masks, the costumes, all of that. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but I do see Halloween as the necessary dose of vitamin joy that we need to get by. I'm a big believer in vitamin joy, a huge believer in vitamin joy. And why do I call it vitamin joy? Well, in the same way that we need vitamins for our body, we need vitamin joy for our spirit, our mind, our mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Life is going to inevitably knock us down, give us trauma, give us pain, give us turmoil. We're all going to face the bullshit. What do we do in the face of that? Well, one of the best medicines that we can offer ourselves and the people around us is joy, to be joyful. The shirt that I'm wearing today, in fact, Stephen King Rules, is from one of my favorite movies as a kid. It's worn by a kid in the movie The Monster Squad. And it's just a fun, kind of campy movie that a lot of people love now, but it didn't do too well back in the 80s when it came out. I'm such a huge believer in vitamin joy and such a lover of Halloween. We're walking into the darkest time of the year. We're walking into winter, the winter solstice. And actually, Christmas, the midwinter Yule season, is just another big version of vitamin joy because it's the darkest time of year. So the colors, the smells, the tastes, the sounds, the camaraderie, the parties, the get togethers, all of that is just an extension of that idea of vitamin joy. This principle of that, though, that 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 principle that I believe in so much, vitamin joy, is necessary all year round, not just in the darker times, not in the month of death or spirit, but really every day of our life we need to be going and getting it, because every day of our life we're going to be faced with the bullshit. We are going to be faced with the pain and the trauma and the turmoil. It's just an inevitable part of our existence. That part of our existence, though, visits us without us asking it. We don't invite it in, it just finds its way into our lives. The joy, however, is something that we actually have to go out and seek. It's in the same way that, your body breaks down and fades away. Just, you gotta always be moving to health instead of away from sickness. We have to be moving to joy and away from turmoil. But the nature of chaos and the nature of imbalance in this world means that we have to go seek order. We have to go seek that joy. We have to go give ourselves that dose. Now, why is this so important to me? I am such a firm believer in finding our peace and moving away from turmoil and pain. If we want our loved ones in spirit, our ancestors, our beloved dead to rest in peace, we've got to live in peace. Now take a look around you and even take a look inside your heart. Are you truly at peace? Are the people around you at peace? That's something to consider. So when anything comes my way that's going to cause me pain and turmoil and trauma and all that stuff, I literally play whack-a-mole with it. Just walk away from it, get away from it. My grandmother, who had 87 really long, hard years, she went through the three worst things that a human could go through, maybe even four. She lost her mother at 5 years old, didn't grow up with a mom. She buried two of her sons. She buried her husband. She buried her father. Losing our child, losing our spouse, losing our parents. Those are the three worst things, if we could even put value to them, that I think a human could go through. And I know my grandmother carries on and watches over me. And I want to make sure as best I can that her grandson doesn't suffer. My peace is her peace in the same way that my suffering is her suffering. That was how it was when she was here with me in life. That's how it is when she watches over me in death. So please take this as a reminder. October, December, June, April, any month, any week, any day, go get your vitamin joy and make sure that it's something that you're always bringing in so the people around you in life and the people around you in spirit can know joy and peace as well. Please take care of yourselves out there in this funny, funny world of ours. Have a wonderful month and make sure you have a wonderful, wonderful Halloween. Happy Friday the 13th.